Discretion is advised.
Happy Monday. You are listening and or watching PWNCAST. This is episode 132, and we are in patch 7.1. Tonight, we're going to be talking about patch 7.1 reactions, secret Karazhan bosses, BlizzCon things, and much, much more, so make sure you guys stay right here.
You have crossed into the world of the dead in search of answers.
Amongst the Azeroth elite, there is a group that defies convention. A group that stands in the face of trolls and doesn't flinch. A group that strives on unity, trust, and unwavering resolve. A group that eats tacos. For the players, by the players, we bring you. She can start a revolt with a Chaos Bolt, Bell, the PWNCAST Vanguard. The wolves whose howl can signal death's coming, Lycan. Snap back and get faster for the pet battle Grandmaster, Jimma Banks. He's sharp as a dagger with that dapper swagger, Secret Sauce. We bow to no one. We are Legion. We are PWNCAST.
Welcome back. I don't know what Lycan's doing, but I like it. I guess I can unmute these guys. I'm not going to do that thing where I leave them muted for a little bit because I feel like that might hurt their feelings. So I'm going to unmute a little bit. Yeah, see, I'm a nice girl.
I'm a nice.
You're doing
I'm
that
nice.
just as disgusting for muting us like that.
I know,
Yeah.
and I'm also disgusting for saying the word fuckery. And I just wanted to make sure I said it again in the intro because that's how I do.
I think I've said that too on the show though, but that was like later.
Man, what can you do? We're just a
maybe
bunch
I should
of
just put my hand here so it covers my clothes.
we're just a bunch of misfits. Well, at least it's clean laundry? Question mark.
Yeah, they're all clean.
See, we good.
Oh yeah, all the laundry's done.
I just have to hang it up.
I did bring the Riders of Rohan with me. I did bring the DK was rocking his pimp cane for BlizzCon Lycan.
I did ask Belle if I could
It's still
stand at the door.
legendary.
It is a legendary
It's
cane.
legendary.
That's what she said.
Giggity.
And I did ask her if anybody stepped out of line if I could use my cane during watching the door at DishCon, and she said she wouldn't say no. So just kind of be careful.
I mean, if I can't see it, I can't stop you. Basically, is my line of thinking. And as much as I want to be everywhere, I don't think I can be. So there's that.
I'm gonna stop there because there was a comment, and then you're gonna have to edit it out. So I'll be good.
Oh my. Well, with that being said, let's move right along. I did also bring the monk who still needs a date for BlizzCon, Jimma Banks.
I don't. I found one actually. Thanks. So
Is her name
I got that
Charles?
taken out.
You found a date?
Yeah.
Donovan's already taken, so I don't know what you thought was going to happen there.
Who used his slave name? No, I don't have one actually. I don't know. I thought I was gonna get a better intro. Stop talking about the dates.
That's a great intro. What do you mean I need a better one? I'm trying to help you help yourself. That's the kind of friend I
appreciate that.
am,
Thank
Jim.
you.
I'm a giver.
I thank you for that.
Since we're sharing rooms, I already told you I'll cuddle with you every night.
I don't cuddle with men.
He said it.
Love you, baby.
I don't cuddle with men either. If that helps the situation, just ask Dark.
We got a lot in
can-
common.
You can call me Lucy.
Dark.
That's right.
I did also bring the priest who's popping his BlizzCon cherry this year, Secret Sauce.
Sure am. Looking forward to it too.
Everything is BlizzCon themed because we're freaking stoked.
Is that coming up soon?
I think it's in a few days.
Yeah, it's in 13 months.
Yeah, 13 months.
Thank you.
Felt like it when we first booked it, right?
It really did
My
feel
flights
like it.
after the show.
The
taken
time
off right
really
away.
does fly, doesn't it? It just seems like yesterday when we were scrambling to get tickets, and then now all of a sudden it's here, and I'm so unprepared. I'm prepared, but I feel like everything's just...
You guys feel prepared? You guys got everything under
I'm well
control?
prepared.
Not even packed yet.
I better be.
I just packed.
But men, I feel like, are easier to get stuff ready.
yeah,
Like
for
women,
sure.
I think women by nature, they panic about pretty much everything. So I'll spend the entire car ride there with Ella driving with me thinking I forgot something.
Oh, I feel like I already forgot something. I don't know what it is. I was trying to go over items. What would you forget? Like what you know?
Did you bring your
Chargers,
makeup?
phone.
Did you bring your thong?
I'm all natural. I don't wear those.
He didn't say he doesn't have them. He just said he doesn't wear them. That's really what's concerning about that sentence. Because I have a feeling that he has them. Moving awkwardly along. So patch 7.1 has been live for almost a week now. I want to do a quick recap of getting attuned for Karazhan for those of you who missed it or who are wondering what you need to do. There's a quest that you need to pick up from Khadgar. He's going to send you into the Halls of Valor Mythic, and you're going to have to kill Skoval, the king of something important. And once you do that, you'll turn that back in, and then you'll pick up a quest that you're going to have to go into 3 different mythic dungeons, which is going to be Blackrook Hold, Vaults of the Wardens, and Violet Hold. Get the crystal that you need, go turn that back in, then you're going to go to the outside of Karazhan, and you're going to do some things, under the... It's not the catacombs, I don't think, but it's like the... underground. There's a series of quests. Right. Yeah, is that what it is?
In the catacombs.
There's a series of quests that aren't too difficult.
No.
If you do
just
them
do
the
it as
right
a group.
way. Yeah,
just make it easier.
Group's always easy. I soloed it. It wasn't too terrible being a warlock with my blueberry, but it's not going to be. Some of the things aren't going to be that easy because there's a little bit of there's some elites that are going to give you some problems in that cave, but relatively easy. There's also 9 new Suramar campaigns. When you go and see what's her name in Shananana, she will give you the first quest, and then you'll just take it from there. Obviously,
did you get a chance to do some of those? I know you're excited for more
That's the
fan
first thing I
favorite
did.
content.
That's the
right?
only thing I care about is the Suramar content. So
Nice.
I was very disappointed. I was very let down about the 9 quests. I mean,
Also,
it was...
Did you complete all 9 of them?
Yeah.
How is that physically possible?
Well,
Some of them
I
aren't-
completed
Some of them
what
aren't
I could
available.
do. Well, I completed
Like you
what
have
I
to
could
trigger
do.
them. Check your quest log and see, because you should
There might be
have...
ones that I'm missing.
Yeah, I bet you haven't completed all the chapters. So when I
There
say
you go.
quest lines, I don't mean 9 new quests. I mean 9 full
okay.
quest lines. Like they've expanded the content in us learning more about Suramar. So I think because there wasn't another one, you might have thought you were done. But
Yeah.
there's other things that will proc those quest lines. So
Easy there.
don't worry, there's a lot. I was like, wait, you're disappointed? That makes me sad. I had to come to the defense of my great city.
And favorite my ass.
Not everybody feels that way, but
It's all right.
you have a legendary. You shouldn't have a problem soloing Suramar.
Did somebody else get a
I have-
legendary?
Everybody that I
on the
know has
show?
gotten a legendary. Even Donovan
Like
got a
who?
legendary.
Yeah, but he
Secret-
hates it.
David got a legendary. Everybody
Who's
I know.
David? I heard Secret Sauce
Secret
got
Sauce.
one.
Whoops.
Did you get one?
I sure did.
He
It's
got
great.
he got a legendary. Was it a cloak, right?
Yeah.
That's like
I
your
heard that
that's
it-
like your best thing you could ever imagine is to get a cloak, because the cloak's the hardest, in my opinion, one of the hardest things to get really good stats on. So I think
And it has great stats. It's my own personal B-res.
I heard that. Yeah, I heard that's like the best talent for you.
Yeah, because I don't worry about healing myself. I worry about everyone fucking else.
Well, you didn't
But
dispel
You think it'd be?
You
I'm
didn't
not even
dispel
lying.
me, so we're not even going to talk about that because I'm still bitter.
Earlier.
You think it'd be more hype though? Eh? He was like all like emo, like I'll never get one. I'll get it under
I
a
lost
rock
5,000
one
gold
day.
because of it.
He got one.
I got my second.
Whatever. I don't even care. I don't have
Did
any.
you?
I don't
Oh,
have
yeah,
any.
I got
but
a neck piece.
I haven't really ran a lot of content this week, so that's probably why. Because
Good
it's
for these lads.
for those of you who still haven't gotten them, I just want to make sure that I clear it up. I know you've probably seen a lot of people in your gaming life get them. They didn't increase the drop rate. What's happened is because it's a new patch, everybody's on and running that content. Doing things like World Quest and doing things like the Mythic Dungeons, going through this content when everybody does it like that, it actually procs these drops because that's what it's based off of. So when you're getting a legendary, it's because 30,000, I was going to say million, but that's not viable, but it's because 1,000 people did a mythic run and it procced that legendary drop and you happen to be the one that got it. So they didn't increase the drop rate. It's just because people are running that content. So right after they release good content like that, that'll be the time for you guys to go in there and do those mythic dungeons. Go do your quests, go your world quests, go and do and run through that content. Do your all your emissaries. Even if you're maxed out, always do your emissaries because that's where these come from as well. Go and do it. Get your artifact power.
You could be dead in a raid.
Yeah, you really
luckily
can.
get one.
You
like,
could
Is
get
that
it on
what happened to you?
trash.
Time out. Is that what happened to you?
No. I got mine
Oh, okay.
by killing the boss.
But
No,
you can get it from
Velitrius, he was
anything.
lucky enough to get his today.
Right.
Yeah.
He did.
He was dead 90% of the fight.
So the optimal times are directly after something huge hits and everybody's
Yeah.
on playing, because that's going to
Yeah,
be when
world
that kind of
boss.
stuff procs. So
Doing the world quest for the cash, those are like
Yep.
the best times.
do everything that you can, and it'll drop for you eventually. And when it finally does, it might not be the one you want, but just keep on trucking.
I was actually disappointed when I got mine, and then I reread it, and I'm like, this is fantastic.
You were like, oh, just kidding, it's amazing.
I was like, yeah, legendary, not the one I wanted. And then I read it. I'm like, I dig it.
It's come in handy a couple of times. I know that since
Times.
we've been
It
raiding.
comes in handy every damn.
It's really
pull.
weird when you guys
Yeah.
say things like it comes in handy, but I'm going to move right along.
I thought it was weird that he said, "Can you dig it?"
So,
It's a nice silky smooth.
so 9 new Suramar campaigns, quest lines. There's also a secret boss that can be found in Karazhan. He's Nightbane, and Zosin and his people are the ones that found it. It's like a speed run type of situation. There's like a lot. I have it in my notes to read it all off to you guys, but I feel like that's just counterintuitive. So I do plan on doing a video of it at some point. It's just not right now. But
Yeah, I read it too.
Yeah, there's a lot involved. So right now, go and find the things and do it. Because the loot does include 875 relics, and you can also get this beautiful mount, which I'm going to swap over in my view, which, sorry, you boys can't see it.
Sure can't.
But
I can.
That is awesome.
The mount is the Smoldering Ember, is it Rim?
Mm-hmm.
Rhyme? Worm?
Rim job?
Rim?
Worm. WYRM.
Worm, right? Okay.
Worm.
So this is the mount for those of you watching at home. It's a pretty swanky mount. It is a personal loot mount, so if you get it, it'll drop for you, and if you don't, you're burnt.
You won't get it. Can you trade it?
I don't know. It's a good question. I can't imagine why somebody would want to trade it. But basically what happens is...
Well, like if you already get it, what I'm saying.
Oh, well, that's a good question, actually. I don't know. I'll have to find that out. But just so you know how you start it, when you open the door after zoning into Karazhan, the following emote will happen. And the emote is, the strange chill of a dark presence winds through the air.
Winds through the air.
I'm just reading ahead to make sure that I'm not completely retarded. This starts the timer for the first crystal. So you have a strict timing to make it to the opera, kill opera, click the first soul fragment. You have 8 minutes from that moment to zone in and click the first crystal. From there on, each crystal you click, you will add a little bit of time to your timer that's running. But it's basically like... You need to have like the best of the best of the best going into this, because Karazhan's rough, guys. It's really, really rough.
Wolf.
Make sure you have a rogue and a druid.
But it's all timing, and how you start it matters on how you end it. So go. I think we did a write up on it on PDQ. If not, Wowhead will have it. Go and get your team get the A team together and go and get your secret boss kill, and then you have a chance for that mount, which is really cool. So. Karazhan, however, Lycan's the only one of us that's actually cleared it. I think I'm 4 bosses in, and unfortunately Karazhan's bugged right now, so if you leave and then you try to go in, it actually shows that you haven't cleared anything. It's kind of
There's a way to fix that.
Is there?
Because we did that, so we did the first 5 bosses, 6 bosses. There's 7, right?
Yeah, there's 7.
7.
Well,
we did all the way up to the chess attempt, and then we stopped. So the next to last boss we had stopped, and we came back in the next day because we had already spent 4 hours in there. A lot of fuckery went on. It was, playing around, catching, we were mind controlling stuff, having a good time. So we really didn't rush through it. But when we came back in the next day, we couldn't finish it because of it being locked out. So what we did is we all entered in the instance separately, not in group. And believe it or not, even though I would go in, and then Cash was one of the other guys, he would come in behind me. Even though we were not in group, we would still show up at the spot that we left off.
How interesting.
And I could see him in her, and then I would invite him into the group, and it would work.
Interesting.
So we were able to finish it the next day by doing that. But we spent 5 hours total throughout the entire instance.
We did 3.
Sounds like
we run 3 hours for 4 bosses, and it was tough. We might even only be 3. I don't know, but I enjoyed that. I really found it very refreshing that there's something that's a struggle. I'm really hoping Blizzard doesn't start nerfing this
real.
when people are complaining. I really hope you guys just super enjoy this. Enjoy it being hard. I hope not. They did say that the intention was for it to be difficult, and I appreciate that. I don't like to wipe as much as the next guy, but I enjoyed the feeling of when we did kill whatever we were trying to kill, the last, it looks like Freya's twin sister. I enjoyed killing, and I enjoyed the kill and feeling good about that. So I loved it. Absolutely loved all of it. You're also talking to someone who didn't run Kara when it was current. It was all new to me, so it was good vibes, man.
And it was neat because when we went in there, we didn't watch like Fat Boss already had video out, and we didn't go in there and say, okay, let's watch the video then do the fight. We actually sat there and said, okay, let's pull the boss and see what the hell happens. So we read the journal. We took our time and we wanted to experience it because of how difficult it was. It was a challenge for us at first. So I mean, there are sometimes like I know the curator, not the curator, but the Maiden of Virtue, which is the Freya's twin that you had referred to. Oh, yeah. We went in there and pulled her. It was a good 4 times before we figured out what the hell we were doing and why we were getting stunned for 35 seconds. And then, once you figure it out, and you got to get this
awful.
That holy ground is a nightmare. It's an absolute nightmare.
But you need it though, because she casts an ability that stuns you for 30 some seconds.
But you can't drop it close to you because it'll wipe the raid. It's a huge. That's the reason I'm better at mechanics, by the way, is because of Karazhan. Because if you
thank you, Karazhan,
it's literally one foul misstep and you have to start over. You'll wipe. There's no room for any kind of margin of error.
But you actually have to take damage from the damn thing too. So you can't put it to it's probably, you have to get the dot on you to kill it and. It was a fun fight though. I mean, I really enjoyed it. And then disappointed in Vizidune, which is the last boss. The mechanics are great, the graphics are wonderful, but very easy to beat.
Well, they put you through a lot to get there, so I think maybe this is like
just a little bit.
Yeah, here's your, we're gonna make this semi-easy because you spent 5 hours in this dungeon already. We're just gonna give you this last one here. But I had a great time. I really,
How much loot
really
did you get?
Did you guys get loot
from the 4 bosses? Did you get any?
I'm pretty sure we only did 3 bosses, and I actually got 2 pieces. I got a piece off the first boss and a piece off the second boss, and but it didn't matter because it's 855 for the first 2 bosses. It didn't give me, although it was better stats for the helm I got. It was the witch's hat. I did take that.
Okay.
Yeah, actually that's where I got my legendary from, and then Yasu, which is the druid boomkin that we had, got the legendary, the proxy healing. And which he never thought he would actually come in handy, but that saved us. I mean, he was able to heal me for over 1 million each time. So I mean, so we got 2 legendaries out of the deal, just in our group alone.
Kara's worth it. Kara's worth it to go put in the work to get the attunement. Find a good team, a team that you guys can jive with. I wouldn't recommend pugging it, to be perfectly honest. I think you'll have more fun if you go in with a group of people, like-minded individuals, and you guys kind of jive. I do recommend it because it is a lengthy fight. You're not going to go in there and in an hour it's done. That just doesn't work that way.
Not everyone has that choice, though.
Well, and it's true, but if you have a guild or whatever the case may be, try to find people to do it. And if you're pugging, just make the most of it. But it is rough. It's and I don't want anybody going in there and they've wiped 12 times and they're like, you guys are all baddies, because it really isn't about that. You're gonna wipe. Doesn't matter. You're gonna wipe. So.
Nah, there's no wipage.
Yeah.
Never.
But it was really fun. I enjoyed myself. I enjoyed. We haven't even been through the fun stuff yet. We haven't even made it very far. But the only crap part that, we're on the huntsman. That's who we're on right now.
He's fun.
It's awful, guys. Just run the other direction, and I need his mount, right? So I'm even more irritated. But we just could not. I couldn't stay up anymore. Do you have the original one? No.
I do.
You need to get that one first.
Well, any mount will do. But I figured we were already in there. I might as well try for it. But it is
fair enough.
Taxing on your patience for sure. So go in there with a grain of salt, but just don't expect everything to be awesome right away. So
don't take all melee with you. It doesn't help.
Well, especially if they're going to pug. If people plan on pugging, it's important that they have the proper expectations. I don't want them going in there and then there's all these wipes and they're thinking their group sucks. It's have the proper level of expectation. It's difficult content, and it's supposed to be. That's what its design is for. There'll be so many people trying to clear Karazhan. This buys Blizzard a couple of months for a patch, and I think it's genius personally. By the time people are able to get through Karazhan, there's going to be Trial of Valor. Like, they're really, I don't know, Blizzard's. I kind of a little bit impressed.
No, they put their.
What do you mean hot
in the right bowls this time?
Listen, they're mythic. This is not for people that are on a mythic level. This is for us, our average everyday Joes. I just know
Hot's not here. I know he'd be like, I beat it.
Well, of course, because he's mythic. But people that watch our show are not necessarily,
Hot's fans.
We're not. Yeah, no. Well, that too probably. Just kidding, Hots. We love you. But there's. I mean, I don't imagine people are watching to get good tips from us.
Yeah.
That are on.
But
just a tip.
That's right.
Same joke every week.
Sometimes more. But with that being said, go in, get your attunement, go do your things to get there, guys.
I mean,
'cause it's
honestly,
definitely
for the
worth it.
people that are watching, I mean, just go in there with your buddies or your guild and just learn it. I mean, you could watch videos all day, and like I tell a lot of my friends and guildies and whatnot, just you're better off doing it yourself and seeing how things work, because a video shows you how they do it, and placement's a big deal with your own. Everyone's different, so go in there, see it, and try it out that way. That's my suggestion.
I mean, hell, I tanked it, and I was at the time 855 gear for my tank. So I mean, it's doable. I wasn't taking these big spike damages. Go have fun, enjoy yourself.
For sure, for sure.
I keep hearing great things about it, so.
I
And
did
I haven't
enjoy
been in
it.
there.
Every wipe, I enjoyed it. It didn't even bother me. We had already known going into it was going to be hard,
Come
though.
on.
No, I
You
really
had
didn't.
fun.
I didn't. I was
Come
not
on.
bothered by it at all. But in my mind, I already knew it was going to be difficult going into it. So when I went in, I didn't go in expecting to clear. I went in knowing that we were just going to down what we could, learn from our mistakes, and just keep going through it. And I went in with friends, which does help, and my brother, which sometimes doesn't help. But I just love him to pieces.
He means well.
He really does. It's hard for me to be mad at him, but
And that trash is no joke.
yeah, I was just.
Like it looks like a floating head.
I know it is really.
It does.
It's
That's
super
right.
cool. I guess that's fitting since it's Halloween. By the time you guys watch or listen to this episode, it will be Halloween. So a happy Halloween to all of you that choose to celebrate it.
I was actually gonna paint my face with the lion symbol.
Yeah, I was gonna do
Thought
all
about
that,
it.
and then I just didn't. I was just
Yeah.
like, I've been doing
Talk the
BlizzCon for
talk.
a week.
We don't. I have a Where's
We don't.
Waldo.
There's not a whole lot of World of Warcraft news this week because the patch has been coming out. There's nothing
There's
really
just-
new and notable
yeah.
that we need to talk about. There is some BlizzCon news for those of you that are interested. Also, I want to, for those listening, I did get lots of emails this last week from people. When we come back from BlizzCon, I will address those emails. I want to thank you guys for taking the time to write us good feedback, good things.
Gracias por todo.
Yeah, but I wanted to make sure that you got acknowledged, and I am not ignoring you. I just haven't had time to respond because of BlizzCon prep, but I will make sure we respond and address you on the show the following week. So
Faux show.
let's talk about BlizzCon news because I feel
Oh.
like we should have a pre-BlizzCon episode, and I feel like we should
Why
talk
not?
about all the things because reasons. So closing performer is going to be Weird Al. Now I want to
Yes!
I want to say I did research this the last couple days since it was announced. I did research.
Oh,
now,
you did some detective work? Did
Weird
you?
Al's not necessarily my cup of tea for a concert, right? Like, I love his MJ mixes. I love his other parodies. Do I
Right.
want to watch a whole 1 hour
Segment?
set? Probably not. Am I upset about it? Not really. The reason I'm not upset about it is because I don't go to BlizzCon for music, right? I don't
Rather for the good
go.
vibes.
It's literally 1 hour out of our entire
It's a
week
bonus,
of
though. It
activities,
is a
you know?
bonus for your trip,
100%, but I'm going to be just fine. You want to know why? Because we have our own party playlist at DitchCon. It's totally
though.
fine.
Oh, yeah, well, it's fine. But
So the community, there was a lot of outcries of people who were very pissed off and angry. And then if you look, it's mostly positive, though. I've been watching.
yeah, I agree.
It's mostly like the amount of people that are so
Yeah.
psyched. Now, I want to answer a couple of questions, and I want you guys to tell me if we're correct about this. So a lot of people are saying, well, why Weird Al? That's so weird. I thought the same thing.
It's in his name.
Well, I'm speaking to a friend of mine, and I'm like, it's just really, it seems really weird that Blizzard would have chose that. And he said, why? He's the ultimate nerd. And I thought,
Oh yeah.
I never thought of it that way. I actually didn't. It didn't connect for me because what are we used to? We're used to bands, a certain type of genre of music, right?
Right.
Oh, Blizzard stepped out of that genre. That's okay. That's totally fine that they did that. It was out of the norm for us. To us, it might have seemed like, at least for me, it seemed a little
He's
weird.
nerdy and a lot of people like him, but I bet you they saved a huge chunk on whatever they had to pay him compared to Linkin Park.
No, I'm sure he's very expensive.
More than Linkin
probably.
Park?
Oh,
my
100%.
god. Let's talk
Linkin
about a
Park,
worldwide.
Linkin Park needed us. We didn't need them. Yeah, I promise you. This
Are you
late in the
guys-
game, their career started to die down
Who
because
cares
they
about
weren't
career?
relevant. No, but I'm talking
Metallica?
about from a business standpoint.
They-
From a business standpoint, Linkin Park isn't really relevant like it used to
It's
be.
not even
right?
about but I'm saying as a worldwide artist though, people
Oh, I'm sure
when
he's
you think
very
of
expensive.
Metallica and Linkin Park and then Weird Al, I guarantee you they didn't
But these are
Weird Al's.
these bands that they choose are typically at the end of a career or trying to revive their career. Is the key here from a business standpoint?
I agree with that. I mean, to that.
I'm talking about what they pay to pay. I bet you, I'm sure we'll never know the number, but Weird Al is just one person.
I think
his
it took
paycheck
them
doesn't
so
that
long
different.
because I think they couldn't afford him. In my opinion, that's my opinion because I know
Could be true.
Negotiations with Weird Al.
no, seriously, that's a
they
thing.
got-
First of all, if you look at
guys are
Weird
killing
Al, Weird Al just put a video or a new album out like a little
Yeah.
over a year ago.
Yeah.
Metallica hadn't done a successful album
A
in
really long
years.
time.
Linkin Park hadn't had a successful album in
They
years.
were
Foo
just starting
Fighters-
theirs, right? Remember, Linkin
Yeah.
Park was just they were promoting
But
their new one.
That's you
Foo
can talk
Fighter
about.
hadn't had one. So I mean, those are the last 4 years right there. But Weird Al is right now. He's still at the top of his game. He's still putting out videos.
Not my
and
kind of
He's
music.
the right fit. If you guys want to argue
Oh, yeah.
fit, I'm just saying like worldwide artists.
No,
like,
but I'm
he's a better
you
fit.
you
I
had
get
said
what
you
you're
think
saying.
he was probably
Fucking
cheaper, and
Al.
I don't
I guarantee he was cheaper.
I don't agree
I
from a
guarantee
business,
it.
but I also know business, so I don't
Nah.
agree with that. Like, money's money, and money talks, guys. Like, let's be honest. But I do think that that's what took them so long. I think it took them so long because I do think they were negotiating, and maybe he didn't know why he would be performing. Maybe he too was a little bit like, I don't know why you would choose.
Oh no, I bet you he loved the idea. I bet you when they contacted, I'm sure he's excited. If you think about the crowd, like you guys were saying, he's the perfect fit in a way as
I'll
far
watch
as
it. You know, maybe I'll watch it for a little bit. I don't. Well, I'm trying not to have any prejudgments. You know, I know it's not my cup of tea.
I was upset about one thing. The
What?
internet had me convinced that Taylor Swift was going to perform. The
You
you did
final
link
bit.
that to us.
And I was so upset
Somebody
when I
told
found
me
out.
Fallout Boys, and I got my whole head wrapped around that idea, and I was super.
Were you happy or sad?
I like Fallout
What?
Boys.
That was me.
I like Fallout Boys, though. I don't have.
Well, it'll be
But-
good. I mean, I'm gonna watch the whole concert.
It's it's their position is really difficult because they have to try to satisfy a lot of different types and tastes of in music for people. So I definitely don't envy that. But I think hopefully he puts on a good show and everybody that loves it loves it. And if you don't like it, you don't have to go. It's literally 1 hour
Right.
out of a whole week of activities. It's or just
And
go
there's-
and see 5 minutes of it and then leave.
And there's other things still going on at the
Yeah.
convention center during the concert.
Hit
I mean,
up
they're
Dark
finally
Moon
on.
Fair.
Yeah,
For sure.
that's a perfect time to go hitting a lot of those spots. If you're not into the
I
music, go
just-
hit some of the other spots like the store and the Dark Moon Fair and shit like that.
I've seen people in the BlizzCon 2016 group selling my ticket. What do
Say
you mean
bye.
you're selling your ticket? Oh, I'm selling my ticket because Weird Al's performing. That why you
Wow.
bought your ticket though?
Stay off the forums or
Isn't
the.
that
bye.
weird? No, that was in the group.
I was disappointed too. I said I was disappointed,
well,
but it's
and
not.
now
It's still a good
I'm not
time.
gonna lie. I'm not Team Al. Okay, I'm not saying like this is an amazing thing.
I
I'm being
like him
honest.
loves-
He's not
I used
my.
to make phony calls. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, he's not my. He wouldn't have been my choice, to be honest.
Right.
And I was hoping for something better. But maybe he'll blow me out of the water. Maybe his stuff will be so good that I'll just be like, I'm sorry I ever doubted you, Al. Can we be besties on Twitter? Now, to that end, you then get hit with this news that excites more people than it upset regarding Weird Al. Then, hold
Which
the
one?
fucking door. All of a sudden, Hodor is fucking DJing with Songhammer for the 25 anniversary party.
Yeah, that's
What
fucking
planet
pretty
am I
dope.
on?
Awesome.
I saw that. Now, keep in mind, guys, I'm not a fan. I don't watch his show, right? I don't. Christian is his name. I don't watch the show, but I'm pop culture's pop culture. I know who he is because everybody
Right.
we know watches it. I seen that and I thought, what just happened? Now, to that end, it had actually been, I'm sure, in the works for a while, but he's a Blizzard gamer. He's an avid Blizzard gamer.
Who, Hodor?
Yes,
Yeah.
he plays all the Blizzard games.
Hold the door.
So
Ugh.
I think so many
The feels.
people are like, could this get any better? Literally, like I know I messaged people that I knew were Game of Thrones fans, and I was like, guys, how excited are you right now? And
Man,
one of them,
That shit
Julio,
almost brought me to tears.
aka Chaos, he didn't know, he hadn't seen the news, and I was like, how stoked are you right now? Hold the door, and he's like, oh, I can't wait for BlizzCon. And I'm like, that's not the reaction I was going to get. Then he messaged me and he's like, oh my God, do you know who's DJing? And I'm like, hi. Hi. But I think I don't watch it. Jim, do you watch?
No, I was trying to be quiet. I don't know what you guys are talking about.
So Game of Thrones, there's this scene that happens. I've seen the scene. It doesn't mean much to me because I don't watch it. But I'm sure.
That episode hurt my heart.
Yeah, a lot of people
Like,
were
that's
crying.
That's
I cried.
an emotional episode.
Show's huge,
But his character is very
this guy.
iconic. And the
Yeah,
fact that he's
super.
he's a Blizzard gamer makes it. So you two are happy about it then.
Fuck yeah. I
Oh,
would
yeah.
love to get a picture with him. I know it's not going to happen, but I would love
Never
to
say
have one.
never.
I'll
secret.
fake a seizure for you. That's how much I love you. I'll fake a seizure. I
Oh,
got
a couple
you.
strings.
I'm
We'll
down.
get secret early in the line. We'll get him in
I'm
there.
just trying to get backstage to be in a hot tub.
You
with
said they're
Evan,
DJing
so.
with Songhammer though.
Yeah, he there DJing because you know
Okay, then
the 25th anniversary of Blizzard and the 10 years of BlizzCons and all that's going to be a big outdoor party. Everybody's welcome.
Oh,
So
true.
they're doing it up big. He's going to be DJing, which is
Big thanks.
a talent I didn't know that he possessed. Now the costume contest is being when
Awesome.
we were waiting for the introduction to who is going to be, because you know whoever is hosting the costume contest is a big deal. Last year we had Will Wheaton. Everybody was upset. I was in nerd heaven because
Yeah, you were.
I'm a Trekkie. That just is what it is.
Who's
So it's going to be it's actually Thomas. I can never say his name right. Middle Ditch.
Thomas the Train?
He is Silicon Valley. I don't know if any of you watched that
Oh,
show.
that's
I
saw the-
love that show.
Richard.
Yeah, he's so funny. I love Silicon Valley.
I love that show. So to find out that he was doing it when I think nerd, I think
Yeah,
of
he's
him.
good.
So I would have rather have had the other guy though. The guy that's really funny. The other curly haired
The one
mustache.
about- yeah.
The hairy guy?
They live in his
No.
house, or they.
Oh,
he was at
he's
his house.
funny too. Yeah.
But I was really excited. A lot of people were like, "Wait, who's that guy?" It's really sad. It hurts my heart that a lot of people don't know who he is. But I'm thinking he can deliver.
Oh, I believe it. I mean, I have no
Richard.
idea who he is.
You
I don't have
watch
time for
though.
TV.
Who else here watches?
Jim
He's
does.
the,
Just you and
he's,
I.
he's the owner of Pied Piper. He's
He is
Richard.
the owner of
Right.
Pied Piper, and he's so. I feel like he's my husband, right? Because he's really quiet and he's really reserved, and he goes with the flow, and he lets people like run over him. My husband's so passive, and he just lets me railroad right over him until the moments when he feels like he needs to be tough. But I really like him, and I'm super happy about that. I know a lot of people aren't, but I mean, we got a mixed bag. You're going to not be, maybe he'll blow us away.
It's small time. He's good. I think it'll be fun. I always enjoy the costume contest, actually.
I do too, actually.
Yeah.
Bet you do.
Well,
Oh, I've got more pictures of you on my cell phone and with people at the costume concert.
So my phone died also. So
well,
I was
it's
like,
because
relying
Gemma
on
was like trying to get all the chicks that were scantily clad.
You are trying to paint
in-
me that way. I
Sounds
definitely wanted
valid.
some pictures with some of them, but
I
I
didn't.
like
I
all
never
of
seen
these.
him
He's
try
trying
to
to
get a
get a date this
picture
time.
with a dude, right?
Yeah.
He was never like trying to get
I
a
was.
picture
Yeah,
with a dude.
I've got proof. No, that's not true. And
all
I got
the
Jim.
pictures he
Boom.
took that
I
I
I got
saw.
you, bro. I got you. 24 hours.
All the pictures that he took that I saw were with females, and they were all like female Arthuses or Sylvanas or.
Ella took those. My phone died right as that was happening. I was like,
So wait a minute. I have pictures of you with cosplayers, and then Ella has pictures of you with cosplayers
And I
also.
as well. I do as well.
okay.
Yeah.
Maybe guilty.
That
I
is
guess.
horrible.
You guys are terrible. I got two phones, is what I'm saying.
Well, but I do as well.
Boom. Is this a contest now?
No,
And
I'm
you got
saying
a
like
big
I have
charger?
pictures of you. I didn't take any pictures of
Oh,
cosplayers.
pictures. Oh. And you're gonna have more this year because I'm going to get pictures with them all because my phone's not gonna die. I'm gonna take
Dudes as well
selfies.
then.
Bring a charger.
Yeah, go buy one.
He's got one.
I have one. Couple. I
Better
think we're all
charge that
charged
shit.
up. Ring, ring. Yeah, we're good.
He thought I was gonna let him use and share in my power. I'm like, I'm not sharing my charger with
Oh,
you.
it's gonna die.
There's gonna be 20 people that are gonna ask you to use your charger, and my answer is gonna be no. No. I was that girl last year that was not prepared, and I had to put my phone in that freaking charging station.
Good thing it was still there.
Which, well, yeah, it locks, but it was conveniently located next to the ice cream vendor, so I was
Oh, that's grand right
I
there.
was pretty happy.
Let me get an ice cream sound while I charge my phone.
It was freaking delicious. So, also, if you are attending BlizzCon, there is, or if you're watching it via the virtual ticket, there's a BlizzCon mobile app. Make sure you get it. For the mobile app, if you're attending BlizzCon, you can add certain events to your login, and it'll actually alert you when that's happening live at the panel.
Oh,
so
that's really neat.
if a certain panel's coming on, or if there's a certain championship that you want to catch, you just add it, and it'll remind you on your cell phone. For those of you
That was
are.
good. You guys were like veterans. You guys recommended that last year as well.
It's amazing. It's one of my favorite things. So make sure that you guys get that. But outside of that news, we obviously were recording early because it's Halloween. Next week, everything should be fine. Make sure that you guys are following PWNCAST on Facebook. Make sure you're following us on Twitter. Make sure you follow us all individually because I do all the live.
I guess I might actually use my Twitter while I'm
I
gone.
do all
Right.
the live posting on Facebook and Twitter with live videos with all of us. So you'll be getting updates. You'll be bombarded with stuff.
You need consent.
No, I don't need consent. You gave me your consent when you signed up for the show. But we did get our swag in. We got our it's going to be really, my camera's
Awesome.
not going to really
I got my
focus.
swagger back.
But this is, it's PWNCAST
the
shot
2-ouncer?
glasses. Yeah, they're 2-ounce frosted. They're pretty nice.
Oh.
I'm excited, guys. We got good things going on. Also,
Looks like a cup in your hands.
if you, we
your
are
hands are
doing
so
DitchCon on Wednesday. If you're in the Anaheim area, or if you want to if you live in California and you want to make the drive, come hang out with us at DitchCon. We're giving away, EVGA is giving us a motherboard and a power supply to give away. We want to make a shout out to EVGA. No, we're not sponsored, so don't make this weird.
Can I win that?
Well,
Can
I
I
use
win
their
it?
product, so it works good for me. But I've got Horde and Alliance coasters that I'm giving away. They're beautiful. Tahazu Designs made them. They're awesome. Plus the shot glasses. We have so much stuff. It's just coming out of the ears. Also,
I was gonna say, Belle said that she will do a shot with every single shot.
no,
glass
the
that she
whole
gives out.
team, not just me. No.
No,
Let's
you.
not get it twisted. I said us. U.S.
Let's get
us.
Do
twisted.
you know how many people
Also,
will be there?
Thursday is Con Before the Storm. Unfortunately, this year the whole team is not doing the live show because Con Before the Storm has changed up their format, which is fine. We're going to roll with the punches. I did get asked to be a panelist on the WoW panel. I think it starts at 7 at Con Before the Storm. So if you guys are there, make sure you
Good
come
stuff.
by and support dear old Belle here, because I don't know how to fly without my boys. So I'm super nervous and like
You're fine.
I'm a little stressed out because I don't know how to be without them.
We'll all be there.
Well,
and
right.
then she's gonna turn, and we're gonna gone.
I know.
Just like that.
I'm
Damn.
really nervous.
We're just going to the store for cigarettes.
Jay
Sam. We'll be right- we'll
from
be right
Final
back.
Boss is going to be the moderator, and we got Ben the Mage, and there's 2 other people I can't remember off the top of my head. But it's going to be a really fun World of Warcraft panel, so make sure you guys go to Calm Before the Storm and check it out. It's for World of Podcasts. Pretty sure it's at 7 that the WoW panel starts is at 7. So come find us. We're at the Hilton Anaheim. And then Friday and Saturday, we'll be at the Hilton lobby if anybody wants to come hang out and do stuff, do the cha-cha.
I'm probably gonna be nerding out super hard at BlizzCon. Since
Yeah, for
it's
sure.
My first time,
for sure.
so
Yeah. That's how I do.
Yeah.
yeah,
So,
yeah. Good job. Can't hear anything you're
I
saying.
think you're muted.
Am I muted?
Yeah.
It's a little bit,
I was, huh?
You
a lot
were.
of it.
You were.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
You good? Okay. So anyway,
Reception's good.
if do me a big favor, go find Seraphis, that's with the Sundering, and just give him a big wet kiss, male or female. Just go up and give him a big wet kiss for me.
Seraph is going to kill you.
That would be awesome.
Seraphis is going to kill you. And it's
Yeah,
going to
he
be
is.
funny because I'm going to watch. And I'm
Yeah.
going to record it and put it on the internet. Poolsidebitchfights.com. Nobody gets the reference? Gosh, you guys need to get
Nope.
out more. Okay,
Mean
so
Girls or some
Maybe
shit.
you do.
it's not me. It's that movie, Sisters. Anyway, totally not important.
Never
So we have, looks like we're going to be doing some lore in regards to Trial of Valor, which is nice, right? Is that what's happening here? So we can kind of prep us for that?
Yeah, I told you I wanted to go start into where we're going for the next couple weeks, and I want to go into a little bit more with who Odin and Helia really are, how they are in their respective places, and what Trial Valor is actually going to be. Valor. Let's try that one more time. All right. Odin and Helia are actually 2 of the Titan Keepers. They were charged with making sure that shit went right on Azeroth. They fought against the
Not
old
left.
gods. Not left, just right.
All right.
You made me lose my place. Okay, there we go. They fought against the old gods to keep them in check as well. Odin was the HMFIC, which is the head motherfucker in charge, and wanted to show the other watchers. It was to show the other watchers the pimp hand if they stepped out of line. Odin, along with Tyr, beat back Ragnaros and led the Titan forged armies against the old gods. Of course, we couldn't go into a lore segment without bringing them up. You guessed it, dragons. Tyr and the other watchers, after defeating the undead badass dragon called Galakron, had asked the Titans to grant the proto-dragons the powers of the earth, fire, wind, water, and heart. Tyr, thinking that the power should not have been theirs, threw a big temper tantrum, took part of Aldwar, and put it in the sky, made it his own personal clubhouse. Excuse me, that was supposed to be Odin. Didn't think it was supposed to take it and put it in his own. He took part of Aldwar, put it up, and made it his own clubhouse. Odin, after telling the Varicol that they could join the Dragon Haters Titan Club if they had died a good death. Except that Odin had no way to do this. So what he did is he actually helped lead the Valkyr, and he needed them to basically make this happen, to take the soul from the Shadowlands and bring him to the the Halls of Valor, or Valahar. Unfortunately, no one had signed up to be this flying corpse, because everything that, in order for them to be that, they had to do everything for Odin. So he decided he would just forcibly change some people into the Valkyr. Then there's Helya, another keeper. She had told Odin to knock this shit off, or she was going to take his clubhouse away and send it back to Aldwar. He looked at Helya and said, "Is Odin going to have to choke a bitch?" And beat the shit out of her, destroying her physical form, and made her a Valkyr. She was forced to be his personal ferryman for thousands of years.
Wait, she was forced?
Forced.
Oh, that's not very nice.
Yeah, once you're in a Valkyr, you're forced to do the will of your maker, which would have been Odin, for thousands of years. Yep.
It does sound like, well, no.
Some marriages.
That was until Lycan actually stole Odin's bottom bitch. So Helya used the same magic that she had used with Ra and had bound the Elemental Lords to their own little personal prisons. Odin and the members of the club were now trapped in the Halls of Valor, and they could not leave. Not to be outdone, Helya was jealous, and she wanted to have a club of her own. So she made her own and named it Helheim. The tortured souls that didn't die a good death went to Helheim and suffered. When her hoes had, they come out of Helheim and they want to go hunting, you now can see them coming ahead of time because there's that whole big mist thing, and you can tell them by their nasty stank. Pretty much that's the whole Halls of Valor and the Trial of Valor in a nutshell. There's really not much that we're going to know going into these. There is one other boss that we actually see in her, which is her three-headed, nasty-ass looking dog, Gwarm. That is the third boss that it will be in the raid itself. But that's the whole Odin and Helya thing. Odin's been around since the beginning. He was like I said, he was the prime watcher. He was the one supposed to be in charge. And he has been trapped in the Halls of Valor ever since then. Hopefully, when we go back here, we're actually going to go back into their, we're going to head back into look at this feud one more time. Now, Odin, he's pissed that he can't leave. Helya, she's pissed because she wants to run everything. We'll see that Odin will send us in one more time to kick ass, take names, and we'll have one more trial to complete. I believe when we go into first boss, we'll see is Odin, just to make sure that we're proven ready to go in. He'll send us to Helheim, beat her dog, and then head over to her and kick the shit out of her while we're at it. With her weakened state, though, Odin hopes that he will be able to go ahead, have us defeat her, and finally release him from his prison that he's been in there for thousands of years. Now, before I finish, though, I would like to address something that I've actually seen being posted on the forums, and people are actually flipping their shit out on the whole upside-down Karazhan thing. First, if you've not seen the instance, please go in. Again, we've talked about it. It's gorgeous. It's beautiful. It's fantastic. Great. Boss fights are wonderful. It is a definite challenge, and to see that it wasn't something you could just blow right through. As for the complaining, though, that I've read, the upside-down version of Karazhan that you experienced right before Medivh is canon. It is part of the lore. It is out there. It's part of the storyline. It's actually where we see that Medivh is finally killed, and it is actually described in great detail in the book called The Last Guardian. If you haven't read The Last Guardian, go read it. All you people out there flipping out because, they're just trying to make new shit out of Karazhan. No, if you actually read the book, it will tell you this is exactly what it's supposed to be. So for those who are out there disputing this, I finally want to put it to rest. I know it wasn't just on Blizzard forums, but there were some fan sites out there as well that people were freaking their shit out over it.
People
Please
don't
go
freak
read
out.
the book.
You're crazy.
No.
Everybody's
And they don't
super
argue on
calm
the
all
internet
time.
either.
No.
Right. But that's it with the Odin and Helya. I know it wasn't a huge, long segment, but that is pretty much everything that there is to know about going into that when we come
I'm
back to
upset
BlizzCon.
about the slavery that's going on. I thought didn't Lycan abolish that? Did we not fight? No.
No.
All right.
Well, if you look at there are two different types of Valkyr as well. You have the Lich King Valkyr, and you also have the Helheim and the ones underneath of Helya. There are two types of Valkyr, slightly different in their backgrounds, but they are still bound and they serve. So when the Lich King had raised them, they were bound to Arthas, and then now that what's her name? Sylvanas has them. They're bound to Sylvanas, so they
I might
are
need to get me
bound
one.
to.
Do they do windows? They make coffee?
Yeah, they got big chests. They have like the Wonder Woman symbol on the
I got
yellow
that
ones.
on my own. I don't need, that.
I
just
don't.
need someone to make
Well, I
me
mean, I get
coffee.
it.
On your chest.
I get a decent sized chest, but they're only A cups.
I need coffee, a coffee maker. Somebody that's well versed in the making of coffee.
A barista?
A barista. That's what that is.
Yes.
Okay, so I am probably really excited about the Trial of Valor because the bosses that they chose for that are actually bosses that I like. So I'm pretty excited about that. I think they chose. I told you, you guys already know I love Helia, so
Hell yeah.
she's
Hell
hot.
yeah.
We talked about that last
Yeah.
week. She's hot.
She's not hot.
I think she is. I think she was before maybe, maybe some guy did her wrong, and you know how the women get crazy. I think she's.
I don't know the picture I saw of her before. She was one of those. I don't know.
I think she's
I don't like her.
misunderstood, and I think there's just a hot chick
Yeah, that's
waiting to
it.
come out of all those tentacles. With that being said, I would love to say that we have a segment for Gemma, but there's no show notes, so my assumption is that we don't have one. So we're going to move right along.
To yours.
My segment is all about BlizzCon, so there's that. But I was actually going to talk about Karazhan, and I used my Karazhan talk.
I have the whole thing done.
Nah.
What does that mean?
I don't know what you guys are talking about.
Boots.
Did you have a segment today?
Yeah, you got them in the show notes by the end of Sunday.
Where is it? I don't see it.
Just look on the page. It's right there.
No,
I don't see it either.
there's nothing in the page.
No, it's my,
Damn, homie.
See, this is what happens, guys, when you bust somebody publicly for their bullshit and fuckery. Yeah, I said fuckery 3 times already today, and I don't even mind. And it's good for me.
disgusting.
Man,
I know.
you just-
How could I?
But
It's
the
awful.
viewers.
The
What about the viewers?
What about the viewers? Gemma, I do have a question for you.
Yeah.
There's some talks about these pets that have kind of a throwback to the Lich King stuff. You want to tell us about that?
Yeah, some of them. They've got the one that looks like the start of the first boss, right? It's got all Bone Storm. So I'm going to talk about some of those pets as well. We also talked about, buying and selling them. I've seen them on the auction house. A lot of them are overpriced. But some of them are very unique. Like a lot of them have abilities that only 1 or 2 other pets have. Like the Wicked Soul comes to mind. Damn it, I didn't want to start talking about those right now. I wanted to talk about buying and selling pets first and then talking about the abilities. The Wicked Soul, though, that I was just rambling about it's the 3rd pet that has Haunt, right? Haunt's the ability that the Unborn Valkyr and the Ghastly Kid has. So now the Wicked Soul has one, which is neat because it's got a whole bunch of different abilities with like Curse of Doom as well. And it has Haunting Song that will heal your team. So that's pretty cool. So we were talking about a lot of pets, how you can buy and sell those, right? And I've mentioned other ones that you can buy and sell because there's so many. And for instance, the Halloween ones, right? So we mentioned about the free ones you can get in your garrison, but actually there's ones that you can sell and make a lot of gold for them. I should have mentioned them last week, but if you're already in the mindset of buying and selling pets, you should know every holiday there's a lot of different pets you could sell because they're just around for those couple weeks. So for this Halloween or every Halloween, they're newer. They've only been around for about 2 years now, but the Cursed Birdman and the Widget,
Birdman
the
Jr.
Birdman Jr. and the Widget, the Departed, are both cats. They're undead cats, and they just you buy so many tokens and you trade them in, and they're selling for 15,000 gold, 10,000 gold. Some of them aren't even on there, so that's the big chunk of gold you want to make, and you cash in really big with buying and selling companion pets. So not only for Halloween, the Thanksgiving, right, comes to mind. You guys are having yours soon, right? I know we just had ours in Canada. In game will be the
real one.
Yeah.
The real one will be coming up, and then you'll be able to get the bush chicken. It's also new, and that sells for thousands of gold as well. A lot of people don't think of these pets. So I just, again, always have been mentioning buying and selling.
Did you say the bush chicken?
The bush chicken, absolutely.
Wouldn't that
You
be?
wanna talk about-
Wouldn't that be a? Never mind. Should I say it?
Say what?
Wouldn't it be a cock? chicken?
It does look like a rooster, yeah.
Okay.
Kind of.
Yeah.
I
yeah,
like
like,
how Gemma didn't even take the bait. Damn.
Well, it does. It kind of looks like a rooster, I guess. And I missed it the first year,
Disgusting.
actually. And you got to wait a whole year. And I figured I'd get them cheap eventually. And I ended up paying 4,000 gold for mine a year
That's
or
not
two
bad.
ago. Well, it's not, but when you think of it, it doesn't take very long to get them, and they were usually around 8,000 gold, right? So I'm not saying it will sell for 8,000 gold, but you want to score big when you're spending the time buying and selling pets. So we mentioned, Cursed Birdman, Widget the Departed, giving you guys a heads up, the Bush Chicken, right, for the Thanksgiving event. And also when people want to farm pets, I mentioned how I don't do that. You can farm all the old raids from Pandaland, MOP, Throne of Thunder, and Siege of Orgrimmar. Those pets sell for 30,000 to 60,000 gold. Those are your bonuses, right? So if you're going back in time to farm transmog, you also can get these pets off the different bosses.
Yep.
A lot of great stuff that way. Now, before I was all flustered at the start of my segment, not knowing where I was going to start or how I was going to catch up. I know I played it cool. Thank you guys for noticing. I do want to talk to you about some of the new pets, right? The Wicked Soul was the one that I was stuttering over, and Haunt is really cool because it just puts a dot on them and then fakes dead. It goes to the back line, a new pet comes in. It's very effective. And then there's one that actually I think Lycan will like. I kind of looks like a Death Knight Drudge Ghoul, and it's very cool. I thought of Lycan instantly because of the Death Knight, and it has really cool abilities like Death Coil, Consume Corpse. Death Coil will heal you for half of the damage done, and Consume Corpse is good because if one of your pets are already dead, it will heal you for 50% of your health. So it's a great way to get the edge on PvP pet battles. And I was looking at dedicating like each one pet to each cast member, but I couldn't. The Wicked Soul was almost for Belle actually because it was purple and reasons. So yeah, I mean,
I'm not offended. You could say that. You could say it's because I'm a bitch. I don't even mind.
No, I don't mean that. I mean, like, it kind of was purple. Like, it looks like a little, like, almost a ghost.
It looks like something she would have.
It almost looks priesty for, like, secret, right? So, the other pet, I'm not going to name them all. Obviously, there's 16 new ones, and we know we can buy and sell them, and they're selling for a lot of gold right now. It's really just looking at the abilities. And also, the Magma Rageling is like a big warrior tank-looking thing, and it has Magma Trap. And the only other pet in the game that has that is Little Ragnaros. So it's just pretty cool how this wave of pets are some unique abilities and mix and match certain ways to really make these pets unique. And they're not a lot of reskins. So it's just cool to have some pets that aren't reskins. Pardon?
That's a positive. I mean,
yeah, that's what I mean.
There's only so many times you can see the same Whelpling.
Absolutely,
and stuff like
right.
That, so.
Of course, there's ones from Ice Crown and Alduar. I do really like the Bone Shard.
That's what I was going to ask you. Do you have a favorite of the new pets? Like, do you have a visual favorite and then maybe a mechanic, like a?
Well, I like
favorite?
The Bone Shard one. I believe it is. It's the first boss in Ice Crown where you always win Bone Storm, and that actually it's scythe. Weird. Pardon?
No, did he have a scythe? Like it, or did you have that?
Yeah, right. They bone you with the spikes, and you could tell people who didn't pass mechanics on that first boss. It was like a whatever. But it's cool because I thought it was like misprinted. It actually has Bone Storm in every move slot, and no other pet has that. I don't know if that is an error, but in game and on WarcraftPets.com, it shows that it has Bone Storm, which is an AoE ability. You couldn't use it 3 times. You'd have to pick which move slot, but it was unique. So I like a lot of them, actually. I'm glad you asked. The Dredge Ghoul looked cool. The Wicked Soul did look cool as well. And the last one that I guess I'll talk about is the GOR41ON Ultra Tonk. It has like every powerful mechanical ability and no pets.
Is that from Nimrun?
Yeah, exactly. It looks just like that, like tanky thing or whatever.
I think it's awesome. I guess.
And it has every like charge up ability that's a mechanical one, right? So it has launch rocket, lock on, ion cannon, shock and awe, some of your favorite ones. So it's just cool. A lot of different unique abilities, and I don't have these pets at level 25 yet. And I mentioned if they're really powerful, stats wise, I'll let you know. So I just wanted to add more pets to your repertoire for buying and selling. And then just kind of talk about the rating with Leash's achievement as well. So thanks for your time. Yeah.
Nice. So is there one of all of that you would recommend to the listeners or the watchers to make sure that they pick up if they're pet battlers? Is there like, if you were to say, okay, this one of all these is a must have, what would you say?
Because I say get them all, learn them, and sell them because you're going to get them again. Stop falling in love with your companion pets, sell them. So I know I'm dodging the question again.
You're like a crackhead. You sell everything in your house.
Because you're going to get it again. It's like these
Thermar.
Yeah, like the Bone Shard one, there's 2 on the auction house on Argenton, 14,000 and 25,000. People aren't going to pay that, but if you got one early, you could sell it for 6,000 quick.
Taking advantage of the market, basically.
Yeah.
I tease you because the one day you said, you were like, oh, I can use this thing later. And I'm like, stop selling all your things.
The enchanting mats. I did go back and buy those same materials. You made fun of me, actually. So it was even...
Oh, you did, see?
I had for enchanting, yes. So pets are different. Maybe enchanting mats early on, but you'll always get them back. So make your gold while you can.
For sure. Awesome. Awesome. Good things, guys. Good things.
Awesome.
No secret sauce segment yet. We'll work on that after BlizzCon. And we are down Hots for Shots today. He moved again, guys.
Yeah.
Moved back. He moved back home.
He's on the run. So.
The theory's still it's still up in the air. First we thought he was living with a hot hairdresser. Now we're not sure if he's living with a hot hairdresser. We don't really know what's going on and if there is even a hot hairdresser. But he was like, I could possibly date her, and in my mind I'm thinking you could get a fucking haircut. That's what you really need is a haircut. Priorities, man. So
look, baby, just sit down in the chair.
We know he's alive and he's made it safely. He just it's up in the air, hot hairdresser. You guys need to tweet to @HotsForShots. Is there a hot hairdresser? Is this a thing? We need to know. So make sure you guys tweet @HotsForShots and ask him if the hot hairdresser is a go.
Is it a real thing?
Is it a thing? So
it's an NPC.
We don't know. We just said he was going to be rooming with a hot hairdresser, and it just goes to show priorities. Like, men are thinking differently than women. All I'm thinking of is that's great, haircut, cool, and he was not thinking that. So,
does this hot hairdresser look like Wanda?
I don't know, but tweet @HotsForShots is the hot hairdresser.
His hot hairdresser's name is Tom.
Right. Hot is a relative term for sure. So with that being said, for Bell's Bites this week, I have a lot of stuff that I'm doing prepping for BlizzCon, guys. So I didn't want to half-ass a segment, to be perfectly honest. I was going to talk about Karazhan, but I would rather give you guys my full 100% instead of half of it. So with that being said, we are going to move on to the week in WoW. Lycan, what did you do with your Necrophantasia...
Master Shredder.
You just jealous?
What? I don't do what the weird stuff you do with Necrophantasia.
What did I do? Karazhan. That was, I got the entombment, did the Karazhan run again, 5 hours into the place. Good run, 2 legendaries out of it. Shout out to Yasu, Cash, I think it was Kilgrave and Aja. No, I'm sorry. It wasn't Kilgrave. It was Bo and Aja. We went in, got Visited down. It was fun. I'll tell you right now, like I said, don't go melee heavy when you go to do the Shade of Medivh, because the Flame Wreath is not a joke. It's neat to see one-shot mechanics in there. And then outside of that, it's just really fighting for the AP power right now. The attack power, or the artifact power. I got finally a next level or next couple levels of the thing. So each one of my daily heroics are giving me 7,500 artifact power now. So it's starting easier to come by.
What level is your knowledge?
12 or 13, somewhere up there.
I just said 11, and that's over 1,000%. So that's awesome.
Yeah, and it's neat going into...
should be 11 because everybody started...
Maybe that's what it is.
Relatively, so everybody should be on the same...
I missed a week, so I kind of screwed myself.
Well, there's a catch-up mechanic if you miss for that. The duration time for the research is actually less.
Well, I noticed on my rogue it's down to 2 days for the research time instead of a minimum of 4. Right. So, it does pick up very quickly if you're trying to catch up on some of it. And right now I'm trying to max out my tanking. When I went into tanking last week, did pretty good last Monday. Now that I've had a week to look back on it. Didn't do too bad on it on the heroics. Just I noticed I'm lacking in some of the self-hills. So I want to get that third. I'm almost ready to get the third major trait on my Maw of the Souls.
Nice, man.
Yeah, so that's where I'm at right now. I think there's a catch-up mechanic on the off weapons, isn't there, Belle?
Yes.
There's the power.
Yeah, so the relics and the artifact power, it'll be a plenty for multi-specking. So it does make it a lot easier to be able to do that. So
I was super excited Saturday night. I finally got an 865 relic in that damn thing. I think my weapon's up to almost 890. With rocking an 868 gear level, so DPS is coming a hell of a lot easier, especially with the frost.
I'm barely 860. I'm happy with that.
You would be.
But that's chugging along. I'm just chugging along. I'm not... Especially the
Choo-choo.
last week. So, Jimmo, what did you do this week in the grand old World of Warcraft?
I finally ran Mythic Pluses, and that was
crap.
fun. I know, and that's pretty sad. So, we say, it's good to have a guild, and there's, Blizzard set us up with awesome ways to find people. But even if you're a skilled player or not so skilled player, you can find these groups and they fall apart, and it feels like you just waste a lot of time. So, I've had successful pugs, I've had bad pugs, and it just really can deter some players from even playing a lot. So, it's good when you find people to play with. So, I play with a lot of people on the show, and then I'm starting to get to know more people in the guild. So I was able to run with some guildies, and that was nice because, you got to run Mythic Pluses. You know what I mean? So it was definitely a different scenario where it's business, right? You can't wipe, you have to heal. And it was cool. We got 2 and 3 chests on some of them. And yeah, shout out to Kelborn and Astros, I think, from the guild. It was
Kelborn
cool
is
to-
Australian also.
Yeah, it's,
Sure
doesn't
is.
drink
And
Foster's
Astros
beer,
is
though.
a fucking amazing arcane mage.
Yeah, they seem pretty chill. Like they're right up.
Very
They're-
knowledgeable guys, both of them. Very
Yeah.
knowledgeable.
Yes.
Now,
You
this-
were in good rankings.
Good hands. I always miss. I haven't
Stay
played with
farmy.
Lycan in a while, and I know sometimes we have a lot of tension. So I miss the guy. I hope he's doing well. We'll definitely be doing some gaming. Lycan and I. You can see he's a little salty for no reason on the show, but
More than
I had a lot of fun, and I got those in, some pet battles in, and just got my garrison set up for my vacation, and hope everything lasts, and we're good to go.
I put on this game face right before the show, said I'm not going to talk about it, and you just drugged me down.
Sure did, man. Did it on purpose.
I like giving you guys shout outs. I've with you
That's what it
before.
is.
Mm-hmm.
Remember, I see you in 2 days.
Yeah, that's gonna be awesome.
Valid.
Cuddles, I call Big Spoon.
Super cuddles.
Secret, what did you do this week in WoW?
Not much. Ran some mythics. Got a tune for Kara, but saving that for tomorrow. I think I'll probably be the only one that hasn't done Kara in the group that I'm going with, but it's fine. Rated tonight. Interesting night, but nonetheless, nothing really. Kind of want to level on alt, but can't do it. Don't want to do it. Nah.
I don't have the time for that. I really want to, but I still have clear and finite goals that I need to work on.
I mean,
with bells, so.
I'm not gonna lie. I think tonight was the night that I was like, I'm gonna level my rogue. Really thought about it.
Yeah,
Really.
it didn't happen.
I'm going to start
Right,
rating
yeah.
on my rogue. Is that all right?
There will be a
yeah.
time. It is not this day, but there will be a time.
Other classes,
Yeah.
of course, are
They
so
might have to go back
tempting.
to the cream and Ariana's combo. So, that sounded bad.
Mm-hmm.
Well, my rogue's name's not Pop Bottles anymore, so I can't say that one.
I don't know what to say, to be quite honest with you. I'm a little bit on sensory overload with the possibilities of what could go on with that. That being
That
said,
statement.
I'm going to transition very awkwardly out of that into my weekend.
I'm gonna have her listen to it later so she can laugh
She's
about it.
going to laugh really. I'm trying to score coffee right now from the husband, but it's not working.
Bad.
Tim Hortons.
He's not reading his phone. I even offered a freaking pee-pee touch. I just want some coffee.
Whoa.
you got
I
the
still have
cure
stuff
there.
to do. Life goes on.
That's
Yeah, so
disgusting.
how was your weekend, Belle?
So my week, I actually didn't do. I had a list of stuff that I wanted to complete in game before BlizzCon. That didn't happen, but I did get on and at least do my emissaries. I raided today. I did get the attunement. I was frustrated with the attunement because you would think that people would be on and ready and waiting for you to be able to get attuned and to help you get attuned. That kind of
Not for
shit
you.
just didn't happen. I log in and everybody's already attuned and is in Kara running, and I was like, oh well, right then. I guess this is cool.
I
Like,
was like leaving the house when you posted that.
I was just like,
I'm
hey,
sucks to be you.
so it's fine. Like, I don't need to be attuned. My time is limited because I'm planning for BlizzCon. Don't nobody worry about me. I'm gonna be just fine. So I passively aggressively posted in the guild Facebook group, and I'm just like, I'll remember that. When next time you guys need me
doesn't
for
sound
something,
like you're fine.
I'm like, next time you guys need me for something,
bittersweet
you need something out of the
chocolate
guild bank, or you need game tokens, or you need one of the various things that I get asked for as a GM. I'll remember that. But
That wasn't passive aggressive.
and it was just me being, I didn't really give a shit, to be quite honest with you. It
Those
wasn't
are my
that big of a deal.
smiles. in G chat.
No, because the next day, my brother, Donovan, and I think it was Aja, a couple of us went in and I got attuned to, so it was fine.
You don't say.
Yeah, like it wasn't. Yeah, somebody was like, that was a little passive aggressive. I'm like, no, that was aggressive. There was no passiveness in that post, but it was funny nonetheless. So I just like to throw fits because,
You do.
reasons.
That's what you do.
But I made sure I did my world quests. I need to get better about these emissaries. I always wait till there's only like 3 hours left, and then I'm like on the grind on the map trying to get it done. And I actually had 2 world quests stop in the middle of me trying to do them.
That's the worst.
Oh, how mad were you there? I guess you weren't mad at that either.
I needed one more of the whatever, and I go to get it, and I'm like,
oh no.
what the heck? Seriously? In the middle, it's like, I get it, there was a timer, but I think that it should be, if you started it before the timer goes out, I think Blizzard should let you have it, but it just, literally all that effort was for naught because there was no world quest.
So the way Pet Battle experience goes.
Yeah, but it was fine anyway, but I just learned to, if it's got only a certain amount of minutes and I know it's going to take me longer, I don't even bother with it anymore because it made me sad. That's pretty much what I did. I've been trying to get a legendary, so
You don't have one yet?
no, but I will. I'm hopeful that one day when I'm not, because every day when I turn in an emissary quest or I finish a mythic or whatever, every day I expect it. I'm like, okay, today's going to be my day. Today we're going to get it, and it's going to be that one day that I'm not thinking about it.
I don't expect it.
I just feel like it is going to be a thing. I know you have 2.
Fucking ass.
Meanwhile, there's... Oh, he did read the message.
They bring you Tim Hortons.
I don't know what that means. So,
Is it Dewey Egberts?
What's a Dewey Egbert? Never mind, I don't want to know. I don't want to know.
Coffee in the world.
I don't want to know.
Never
heard of
it.
That's pretty much all I did this week. We're prepping, guys, for BlizzCon. I know we
Prep
keep
real
saying
hard.
it. And next week we'll be back with Tales of BlizzCon, where I'm going to be recording it. We got a camera, an official PWNCAST camera, so you guys are going to get to see all the stuff. Make sure you guys follow all the social media stuff because I'm going to be doing live video. And DitchCon is going to be streamed, so if you can't be there, just make sure you follow twitch.tv/PWNCAST, because that's where we're actually, I think I'm going to stream the setup as well. So
Okay, that's cool.
just people can see what's going on, but I wanted to make sure everybody can be involved. So we will be streaming it. I've actually got a nice little overlay for it. There's going to be 3 different camera angles. You guys are going to be able to hear the music, so you can turn it off if you don't want to hear it, but you will see all the twerking done by Lycan. You will see all the beatboxing done by Jimma and all the freestyle done by Secret, and I'm wearing a fucking dress, so
There you go. Dress it out.
Yay! It's gonna be fun.
It's gonna be good times. Fabulous
I
times.
actually have a camera on Lycan's glasses,
you
so you'll
guys
see
better take
everything that he
pictures of that
sees
dress
for the entire
because
week.
that's
Pardon?
Oh, I know.
a
That's
one
exactly what's gonna happen.
a one-time
What is?
event, the picture of the
Her
dress.
in a damn dress.
It's the only time, guys. It's not gonna. I put it on. I wasn't impressed. So.
I can think of some other events that'll be.
Well, see, here's what's gonna happen, guys. For those of you listening and watching, here's what we get. We call like getting dirt, right? So you put like nice little file together of things that people have done that they don't want anybody else to know about at BlizzCon, because that's kind of what happens. People do stuff that they don't remember the next day, and that's why I have a camera. I'll make sure that they remember the things that they do.
No.
Like
Yeah.
when I catch Jim and Lycan cuddling, because that'll be a thing, and I will.
That's
I
never
will-
even. I don't even know why that's
But
a
I-
You're not
topic.
gonna catch us because the
gonna be
door's
hot.
gonna be locked.
By the way, Jim, I wanted to ask. I need to tweet that. I'm going to tweet that after the show, so make sure you guys
Yeah.
watch for that tweet. You were in some RP group a couple days
Yeah, that
ago,
could have
and
been.
I
I thought
was
of that
so,
actually after the intro.
We were
Tops
like-
caught me, I guess.
You sure did.
I should
we
have put
were
that for my
so
week in WoW. Actually,
confused.
Oh, Susio, man.
We
So,
look and I'm
anyway-
like, wait. I read the description. Of course, I took a screenshot. I'll make sure I tweet it after the show. But it was glorious. What were you doing in that RP group?
So I was looking for
RPing
my
it up.
world. You'll never buy this story, obviously, but I was looking for the world boss group, right? So I'm home from work. I'm alt tabbing, right? So I get into a group. It auto accepts me. I'm waiting for the teleport, right? And I'm alt tabbing. So I get there and I figure, okay, the group will fill eventually to pull the boss or whatever. And 20 minutes go by and I look at my WoW icon and I see I have a note from HOTS and He says, "What are you doing?" And I looked, and I was in Gilneas, I guess, in a role-playing group. I had no idea.
That's right,
And,
girl. Get it.
Right? He tweeted about it, actually, and then the next day I thought it was people were tweeting the next day about me being a rapper, RPER, and I was like, oh, no, it's role player.
You're such an embarrassment sometimes.
You don't believe
but
it, do you?
I love you.
Not at all.
But
Well, I got into the right group and didn't get loot from the world boss finally.
we did have a little bit of a shorter episode than normal, but I think that's a good thing. I know I, for one, am exhausted. Planning this stuff has been really taxing, but I'm excited because we get to let our freak flags fly. I don't even know if I have a freak flag. I might have fucking lost that shit in Nam. I don't really know. I'm getting older. Someone might have stole it. I might not have that ability to fly any said flag, but I am going to give it the good honest effort to let the freak flag fly.
Sounds like you have one. It sounds like you already know.
I feel like I might have put
She
it in a
does.
drawer when I got married. I'm not really sure if the flag exists or I don't know. So if somebody has my flag, please return it to me before BlizzCon. Cause
Please wave it.
After the show, she's like, I have it right here. Let's go. I'm already on vacation now. I know it's my vacation
my
started.
vacation started as well. I don't have work tomorrow, so I'm really
Yeah.
Vacation started on Saturday.
I thought you were going to do the intro. I'm beating all you guys there. I think they're mad about me being the
I don't
first one
care.
to make it to California.
Nobody's going to be there to hang out with you, so I don't give-
You're not going to be the first one in California. I
I'm
am.
going to have a couple gyms taken.
Well, here's the thing.
Claimant
Sauce lives
gyms.
there, so you're not really first. Okay, Christopher Columbus, let's just not make that a thing.
Damn, son.
Decent comparison,
that
actually, in
was
this
a good
scenario.
one.
But
Snaps.
We
you.
were
yeah, hurry
already
up and
here.
get to it.
I'll see you folks sometime Wednesday afternoon because I know I'm going to get lost trying to use an Uber to get from the airport.
No,
back
you
to
don't
the
even have
hotel.
to use an Uber. The shuttle, it's like $15. It'll take you
Shuttle.
right from the airport right to where you need to
You
go.
got to call it and book it ahead or no?
No,
Yeah,
you
right?
can call from the airport. They'll come pick you up and take you. $15. Look in the BlizzCon
So if I land-
2016 group. It's the place to be.
If
for all
I
your
land in
information.
LAX, I can just call them there. I was going to call them in Detroit. I'm flying out of Detroit City.
Fuck. No,
No,
call when you
Canada.
get to California.
Yeah, no, just go. There's a shuttle. It's literally $15. It'll take you.
Oh, well, that's a
Boom.
lot easier.
I'm going to Santa Monica Pier.
But I wanted to take an Uber.
Uber's
No, you
scary.
disappoint me.
There's weird things going on in them Uber cabs. I'm not about that life. But we
It'd
are
be
going to
weird.
go
No,
ahead.
it-
it's what the people are doing to the Uber drivers is different.
I don't.
Well, this is, again, it's me.
It's really weird.
be
for me
fun.
to think about. I feel like jail time is going to be happening, and I should probably get bail money for somebody. But we are going to go ahead and get on out of here, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for your continued support and your likes and your comments. Comment
Always.
below. Tell us what you think about the Karazhan. Let us know what you think about 7.1 so far. Make sure you tweet at Hots for Shots and ask about confirming the hot hairdresser or not hot hairdresser. But we are going to go ahead and get on out of here. Next time you see us, we'll be live from BlizzCon. Take it easy,
That's right.
folks.
Bye.
Deuce.
Okay, so funny story. I watched that adult animated movie, Sausage Party.
Oh, I want to watch this.
So it was a great movie, but the end, I think they took it too far. There was a lot of weird happening, but it was kind of funny. It had all your standard, like, you know how there's a group of people and they're all in the same movies?
Right, yeah.
It's kind of like that. It was like Seth Rogen and Jonah Hill, Michael Cera. Random, but equally as important and funny.
You said it was good. I want to watch it.
It was really awkward.
It's going to be a sausage party in our hotel room.
That's so weird.